Park offices? What does that look like for you guys in the summer?
Right now, we're still at Rock Chalk Park. We will be the rest of the summer. We're able to get a temporary structure, though, for dining purposes next to the indoor. That started today. Everything that I've been told, though, we're still on target to be back in when we kind of come back off a small break there as coaches and ready for fall camp.
Obviously, official visits are a big part of June. How do you guys plan on handling that with all the construction going on?
Well, we've been able to, towards, on some of them, been able to give some tours of what's there towards the end of the workday. Obviously, with hard hats and everything going through, but you can see, really what's changed in the last month. I've had a chance to see some of our guys today when they came back in, and the look on their faces and what's changed in really less than 30 days is really remarkable. And we'll continue to try to use that as best we can. And it's makeshift, but it's progress. And everyone, when you're able to show some of the renderings with what's being done and some of the other things, I think it's going to be ideal. No, a lot of things won't be ideal, but I think they're going to be positive long run.
You talked about the offensive line up there. Do you have any idea about the defensive line at all? Any clarity about who you might have in that rotation?
Rotation-wise, I really like our defensive tackle depth right now. We're still going to have some questions at defensive end. It'll be competitive. When the young guys are all there, they're going to have a chance to show what they can do early. Our DJ Warner just reported yesterday, and everybody's excited about him. I thought Dak Brinkley had a really, really strong end of spring ball. But Dean Miller has really stepped up to do some things that we've been hoping for a long time. And Jeremy Robinson was full go this morning after missing with labor surgery. So
you guys added by Joe to Michigan State. What was it about him that really stood out to you watching?
Again, somebody that we recruited out of high school. We feel it's a younger player that has a tremendous upside in the future, and hopefully the athleticism and pass rush abilities that we're going to need.
And on the offense point, how do you see Amir Herring fitting in going forward?
Again, I think he's going to add a more interior depth. He's 6'2", 6'3", he's thick body. The relationships, obviously with Isaiah Marshall being his cousin, but Chris Simpson and the job that he continues to do a great job in the Detroit area and the state of Michigan helped us there with a past relationship. Amir's mother had been down here. I didn't even know this. She'd been down with Isaiah's family twice before he even entered the portal, just being around them, and she had a chance to see campus and do things. So those are the type of things that help you in those situations. But I look at Amir, again, he's going to be playing catch-up, obviously, in fall camp, but that's another body of interior help that we're looking forward to having.
Coach, when you look back to last year to this year, is there an area of growth that you've seen that you really like, maybe that you needed to address?
Well, again, I look at the confidence of this football team and where it's at. And, your spring was unique for us, especially on the offensive side with 2 new coaches and just kind of getting, but it was good in the fact that we had to make sure we're going back to square one and doing some things on just the intermediate type stuff and keep it going. I really like what's happening up front with our offensive line and where the younger players are coming along to be developed. Same thing defensively. I look at that linebacker core. A guy like Alex Wright, besides Cornell Warner, are gonna give us a chance to have more depth and speed than we maybe have played with at really as a group. Logan Brantley is a guy, I think, and I've said this in our end of the year evaluation meetings with our players, I'm really excited to watch some of our players in the second week plus of fall camp. Because I think our early enrollees and some of our others is where we're really going to see the growth and maturing that you want when you want to be the type of program that we're aiming to be.
I know you mentioned Jalen there, but what's the QB room kind of doing this summer as a whole? What's that look like there?
Well, they all just got back in here, but we're looking for all those guys to take, I know Cole Ballard didn't take a day off while he was there, and he probably spent half the time working out at the high school and the other half trying to sneak in, at the Colts facility or something. But he's working hard. We were up at a camp last week in Detroit, saw Isaiah Marshall. He's looking great. Isaiah will be here. And then he and Jalen Todd got to head back and actually graduate high school at the end of the week. Isn't that something? But But yeah, I'm really looking forward again to have 3 quarterbacks like those 3 that have gone through and then taken the steps of getting guys together and doing the things that are necessary when we're not around. And you know, a guy like Ben Easters in our program has been so highly regarded by his teammates. And Mikey Pauley is a guy, don't forget about Mikey Pauley. He continues to get better and does a lot of things that can help a football team.
You mentioned getting back in the facility. Just how big would that be for everyone during the season to be back?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, we're going to battle the. You know, I don't know what will be answering these questions about the stadiums and what the home games will be like, but I know our guys have handled the disruption of being relocated, so to speak, of routine. But I also know that they really saw the benefits of what we did a year ago with the locker room and the weight room. And when they get a chance to experience the rest of what that building's going to be like, I view it as should be a real positive shot in the arm of energy and positivity.
The types of recruits and types of transfers you guys are landing right now, just indicative of where this program's at compared to a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're able to, both whether it be high school recruits or transfers who are able to get in conversations. But most importantly, we got to make sure that they're still the right fit. And you're recruiting the right guys that fit your program and what they're going to be able to do, and they understand the expectations and what that process is going to be like once they get here. And of course, culture is always a big new word now with everyone, but it has to be a good fit, and they have to fit in with the guys. And that's one thing that, a lot of times in the spring, we have a lot of people that come visit, visiting coaches, might be coaches that are out of work at the current time, and they come by for some professional development. And they really remarked about how our guys seem to enjoy being around each other. And that's something, when you get a new set of eyes looking at things, really kind of strikes you as a big positive in what we've been able to do in building the program, but also retaining the roster the way we have.
And how exciting is it to be here today with all this excitement you've created, everybody?
This is a special group. They're passionate and loyal. So many of them, but whether it be at this outing or it could be when they come and do a melon feed for our guys, or the picnic that they do. But also, they're the ones that are at the airport when we fly in and out of Topeka, that are there to either congratulate us or wish us well. They've been loyal, and it's always great to come to Topeka and have a chance to visit with them.